Happy
All right.
Friday, Matt.
Yeah. Back to sucks. We got about 10 minutes in. Did a fresh bottle pop. We even had a hold on, you ready? Bottle pop exclusive. Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Um
then you pressed a button, and then I realized it just kind of clicked. Like your microphone sounded a little funny, and I didn't really think anything of it. But when I realized I couldn't hear for the hot button on your mic on your mixer, that something was off, and we figured it out. So round
More
two,
fake news.
yeah, fake news.
yeah. You know, do I get straight into that? I'm gonna I debated even saying it.
Hmm.
We're
It
not
sounds
political.
sounds good.
I'm gonna say it. We're not political at
We're
all.
not. No,
Like
we're not.
I'm not left or right. I don't care. I don't care. Um But I did find it funny that pretty much everyone is nominating, like the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, the one with the
Yeah,
most support, the one that everyone's like, yes, this is our guy, is
yeah.
Joe Biden, which means the Democratic Party believes that he's doing a good job, which I think is fascinating.
I, I think it's either that they believe that he's doing a good party, doing a good job, or the powers that be within the party are happy with whomever is dangling those puppet strings.
Getting them $20 million payouts
Yeah,
that are documented now, which is
yeah,
crazy.
awesome stuff.
It's fun not being on either side and just watching both sides fight against each other.
It's like when you watch it's like watching a UFC fight or like the Super Bowl or any other big sporting event where you really don't have a dog in the fight either way. You don't really care who wins. It's just kind of fun to watch.
It's like watching your neighbors argue. And you're like,
Yeah,
I'm not going to
except
get
it's
involved.
our economy and our kids' future at stake. So there's that.
The overall betterment of the country. Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Anyways, how's your Friday been?
It's going, man. Life throws you things and then you deal with them.
Yeah, you either swing and a miss or you hit a home run one way or another. You got to swing.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. It's a work week. And
As
then
in
the
last
rest of this
sports
week
analogy I give.
will be good.
Oh,
I don't know sports that well.
yeah, you don't sports.
I don't sports. I wonder if I can, I can't. Anyway, I wonder if I could click. No. Okay. I didn't know if I could because I have the Roadcaster Pro app on my application
Yeah,
on my computer. I didn't know
yeah.
if you could click sounds, but you can't. You got to do it through the board, huh?
Gotta go through the board. Yeah.
Well,
Yep. Yep.
so much for that. So deer season is upon us in full swing. I went out yesterday with Chefry. It's Chef Jeff
For those
from
that
Miller's
don't
All
know.
Day. Huh?
For those that don't know.
For those that don't know, he when we met, there was we had an agreement on something. I don't remember what it was, but one of the things he wanted to learn how to shoot a bow
Mm-hmm.
and get into hunting, and I was like, done.
Done deal.
Like you teach me how to. There's a lot of things we've traded. He taught me, for instance, how to pull mozzarella, and he's teaching me chef stuff. And next is a knife class, and I'm very excited. But
Oh, really?
yeah, which I mean, I'm not like I'm bad at a knife, but I'm no kitchen chef.
No, but culinary knives it's like different. Like they're very specific about the types of knives they use and how and why. Just sounds interesting.
Yeah, looking forward to it. But so his property, he got a hunt club that's like it's in Georgetown basically.
Yeah.
So it's an hour and 50 minutes ish from my house, but it's like an hour and 10 from work. So
Yeah.
I left from work yesterday, drove out there, and I got out there like right before 5 o'clock, which was nice. And it was funny, man, because you know how bad traffic is here. Going out there,
Mm-hmm.
I sent Andy a picture of the highway, and I was like, "Look at this. There's nobody. There's like nobody out here. It's so weird to be here and not be in traffic."
Yeah.
Yeah, I went out there, and then he has this really nice stand that's super tall. It's like the tallest like ladder stand I've ever seen.
Is that the picture that or that little video that was on the stories? Were
Yeah.
you in that stand? It
Hmm.
seemed tall, but I didn't know if maybe you had the camera on like the wide lens angle.
No, it
No.
was super tall.
How like feet wise? Like what is it? Because most ladder stands are no more than like 12 or 15 feet.
I would say 30.
What?
Yeah.
Dude,
It
and I know
takes
people
you
that have put like hang on stands at close to 30 feet, but I've never seen a ladder stand. That is wild.
it takes you a hot second to climb up there. Like it's not like you get like halfway up and you're like, okay.
I wonder if
You
he
keep
bought like
going.
extensions for it.
I don't know. He bought it on Facebook.
No, I bet you somebody. I bet you
It's probably some
that's a
redneck
Georgetown
shit.
job.
Yeah. But so he had went out there with a friend and they couldn't get it up in the tree. And I was
Mhm.
like, dude, he's like, well, I've never done it before. And I'm like, you just walk it up. I don't understand. And I was like, "I'll come out there and I'll show you." So I went out there and I was like, "This thing's heavy as shit. I know what? No wonder you couldn't get it up." So it was us three and there was this older man that was there
Mhm.
and that also hunts that property. But we got that stand up pretty quick. And guess who went to the top to secure it all?
Oh, the person with no kids?
That's me. And so I climbed up there and um, the old man was holding the straps, and I was like, "Hey, can one of y'all you mind walking behind the tree and like putting your weight in it, pulling it back for me?" Because I was really worried because he's down there
Yeah.
like shaking and stuff. I was like, "This dude's gonna kill me."
Yeah, no.
But it's fun. Got up there, got a ratchet strap around it, and then it's so weird. It's got a carabiner and two lines that run up it. And so you
Mhm.
hook the carabiner behind the tree, and the lines run through the frame of the stand,
Yeah.
down the legs to the ladder. And at the bottom
Yeah.
of the ladder, there's ratchet straps. I've
Yep.
never seen that before.
Yeah, the one the double, the two-man ladder stand that I have, that you helped me put up is similar like that.
Is it? I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
It's weird. It has a weird, like, yeah, like you said, it wraps around and then it comes through the ladder and down the legs.
Yeah.
It's secure as shit though, it ain't moving.
Oh yeah, it's super secure. Yeah, we walked around and he's got cell phone cameras out there. He has a Moultrie one,
Mhm.
and it's junk. Don't ever buy that trail camera.
Yeah. So
It's a cell camera. It doesn't work.
yeah, Moultrie cameras, I've had lots of them in the past because I used to buy them from Moultrie's website. They would put them on sale, like older models, so like last year's model, they'd have them super cheap. There's just something about the way Moultrie makes their cameras, and maybe I'm the only one that's had this experience. But for whatever reason, I have two other ones, and I don't even remember what brand they are. I think maybe Bushnell, and they've lasted me 3 or 4 years, and I've had no problems with them. But
Yeah.
those Moultrie cameras would only last me like a year and a half.
Right.
And I was just told, oh, that's the humidity down here. It's southern
Yeah.
humidity. Trail cameras just don't last that long. So I never invested in a camera that cost more than $100 because I just didn't want to waste the money. And then I decided to invest in one that was smaller and a little bit nicer. And I bought these two Bushnell cameras. And like I said, I've had them for a couple of years now, and I've had no problems like that.
Let's think with these Tacticams. Like, if you're looking at Tacticams, one of our Patreon members, he owns a website called Discount Hunting, and you can go on there, and their trail cameras. Let me look it up so I can tell you right away. They're a hunting shop. Excuse me. If you Google Discount Hunting Shop, it'll take you there. But of course, it didn't come out. Oh, it's that return into your journey thing, whatever. So the Tacticam Reveal X Pro, which is the
Hmm.
one I got, which is like the best thing they make. It's $149, which I mean, I
Yeah.
see them 180 all the time.
Yeah. It's a good deal for sure.
It's a great deal, but the camera's amazing. It takes really good footage, and the app is easy to use. Yeah, I've been happy with it, so I might buy another one. I don't know, maybe not. I might just go get the one from Ridgeville and bring it over here.
Yeah. The stuff I would probably put it closer to my house, personally.
Yeah, yeah, it makes the most sense. Plus, there's a ton of deer there. I think like the target bucks that we were looking at over there. I think I've been watching Cordray's website or
Hmm.
Instagram page, just making sure, but I haven't seen them in a while, and I don't know where they could have gone. It's only acres. I
I'm
wonder if
sure they're
somebody.
on there still.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, do they have, if they wanted to move somewhere else to another property, like what would they have to do? Just run up the street, run through some neighborhoods, swim? Like, what do they got to do?
I'd have to swim on one side and run across the
Hmm.
street on the other. It wouldn't be hard for them to move.
No, I mean, I've talked to people that have lived like out there, like Guatemala Island,
Hmm.
that hunt out there, and those deer swim all the time. Like
Yeah,
they
I'm
hop
sure
from
they do.
island to island a bunch.
Well, I have them on trail camera soaking wet, so like soaking wet, covered in bluff mud. So I know they're getting out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Did you see that piebald
yeah. It was
that I
cool.
posted,
Yeah.
dude? So if you get on, so I don't know if you can get on it, but the next door app
Okay.
for that island, it's crazy. Like every 10 minutes, somebody posts a picture of where he's at. Like
Really?
everybody watches him all the time. Yeah.
Oh man, so you can't fuck with that thing, huh?
Oh no, no.
He's like a local a local
There's a
mascot.
few of them out there, which
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know. So
Oh,
it's a
that's cool.
recessive gene. So I'm guessing small gene pool. They don't leave the island.
Hmm.
There's no hunting on that island anyway.
Yeah.
But he's been living a good life. That's the short one, the 8 point that remember somebody
Hmm.
showed us a picture of it like 4
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. A few years ago, I remember that.
Yeah, he's still out there.
That's crazy.
I want to. It's a private island, but I'm thinking about how you can park at that park. I'm thinking about
Mhm.
taking that 29er Gary Fisher I've got and a camera and just riding around the island and looking for it and trying to get some pictures of it. Maybe a reel. That reel would
Yeah.
blow up.
You could, like, big telephoto lens, just hide somewhere where it
Yeah.
doesn't know you're there.
Well, apparently you can walk right up to them and feed them and pet them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
Because
doesn't surprise me, I guess.
D was sending me pictures of the other deer on the island, and there's
Mhm,
there's like some big deer, but you'll see like the Kiowa people will post or the Seabrook people will post them on the beach all the time.
mhm.
The same deer. I guess they
Huh,
just walk around.
that's crazy.
Well, y'all missed the fresh pop, but I haven't had it yet, so I'm excited to try it. But it's the newer 2XO, the Innkeeper's blend. So I really enjoyed the first one. And Dixon Devon is a really good blender. So I know I was waiting on it because I think Kyle was going to get me one, but I just
Mhm.
couldn't wait any longer. I have to try it. But the first one was amazing, so I'm gonna give it a little nose. Yeah, wish you could experience it with me, Gus.
Sorry. I wish too. I wish also that I could experience it.
Oh boy, man, that dude knows his stuff. Mm,
Well,
yeah,
he has a
there's a
house
lot
around
of
here
oak on that.
somewhere, doesn't he? Supposedly.
Supposedly, he's got a house on Kiowa, and he comes to Charleston all the time.
Should try and hook that up and take him to dinner.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm going to see him tomorrow because I'm going to the High
Mhm.
Wire, which I figured out how to do our video. Finally, we could do their 10-year anniversary. Folks said around that,
There you go.
so going there tomorrow from 10 to 2, I think,
Okay.
and I'm hoping to see him there. I don't know that he'll be there or not, but
Yeah.
if he was going to be there, he would be there. If that makes sense.
If he was gonna be there, he would be there.
Yeah.
If I was gonna go, I would go.
Right. Right.
I forgot all about it, to be honest with you. We have tickets to go to something tomorrow night. What is it? The Charleston Battery,
Yeah.
the soccer
So
team. They have some night for the kids, scouts night. So we're taking all the kids to go do that.
soccer night.
Yeah, assuming the weather cooperates, it's supposed to be like thunderstorm all weekend, I think. So
Hmm.
we shall see.
Yeah.
Speaking of thunderstorm or storm, you see that tornado, that hurricane is a category 5.
Yes.
It's wild.
I was talking to Stark about it because he wants to shoot some foot. I got some reels I want to make, but now that I'll have my kitchen back and I can access the bar,
Hmm.
but he was like, "Yeah, it just depends on it." He's like, "I might be in town. Just depends on what this hurricane does." And I honestly hadn't even looked into it until yesterday.
Yeah.
And yeah, Cat 5, dude. I don't. I'm not going to leave, but would you leave?
Or Cat 5?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I
I'm going to stay
watched
here.
I watched and went and saw firsthand what a category 4 did to Lake Charles, and Lake Charles was tens of miles, like, it's like 30, 40, 50 miles inland from where it made landfall, and it completely removed homes and disappeared them. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd definitely be leaving.
I'm going to hang out.
Not a wise choice.
Yeah. Well, what am I going to do? Am I going to load up? No, I'm just going to hang out. I told Andy she can. I would prefer if she left, but I know she won't. We'll just die together, cuddled up on the couch as the hurricane sucks us into the sky.
Yeah, that's, probably what would happen.
I'm not worried about it. Unless it's like gonna hit Folly Beach, I'm gonna be fine. If it's a little south, a little north, I'll be all right. It'll just be water.
It really depends on how big it is and how slow moving it is. I mean,
Yeah,
that plays a huge part in it.
there's a lot of factors. I know there will be looting immediately after because there always is,
Mhm.
and I have animals that I can't necessarily just take with me, and I've got stuff here, and I have a brand new kitchen to defend. So if I get
Jesus.
a leak, I need to be able to protect that leak. You know, let's do this giveaway.
Such a Yeah, let's do the giveaway. So what did we give away, Matt?
I don't remember, but we'll just watch it and find out. Let's see.
Okay, let's
I'm
do
just
it.
going to share this entire window. All right. And I'm going to full screen it. Hey, that's us. All right. So this was the giveaway. We had 55 entries. So it looks like you're getting a Tactagam Reveal X Pro. an external solar panel setup,
Oh,
which is
that's right.
another like $150. You're getting
Nice.
our Whiskey and Whitetails bourbon barrel grunt tube, and you're getting a bottle of 10th Mountain whiskey. Thank you, 10th Mountain. Thank you, Monster Whitetails, for supplying the external solar panel setup. So what I did is I went through and I just wrote down all the names, and I will
Okay.
show that here. Here's all the names, which is crazy that that's all that entered.
It is pretty crazy considering, all things considered.
I had like 4,000 views, I think,
I guess
maybe
people don't like
50.
free shit.
I think it's because there's so many giveaways these days.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I know, I
people
get
just
that.
are like, let me close that.
Hell, I should have put my name in there.
I don't think it would have let you. But here's all the names.
I know the guys that work there.
Yeah, I do too. Here's all the names. I'm going to
Nice.
shuffle it a few times. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And then let's do like this thing has like weird music. Let's see if we can find like a good song. No. Feeding the Ducks, this one's called.
It's called
Let's do Feeding the Ducks. Okay. You ready? Should I click or should I press Control Enter? I'll click.
Click.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
No way. Oh, man, that's fun.
So,
What are the odds?
what are the odds? That's crazy. Chef Jeff won. Wow.
Uh,
Um, let's turn that off. So here's what we're gonna do. Instead of making a post, we're gonna give the winner. Let's give them 10 days to
10
claim their
days.
prize.
Okay, yeah, I like that
So
idea.
today is the 9/8. So on 9/18, you have 10 days, Chef Jeff. We are not gonna put this out on social media. You gotta listen to the podcast to find the winner. So if Chef Jeff does not listen to this podcast by 9/18, and I won't tell him, I promise. Then we will do it again, and we'll give away it again, and we'll go until a listener wins. How's that sound? Does that make it fair?
Yeah, that makes it
Since
good
we
because
know
then
him.
that basically gives us, it'll be, it wouldn't be the next podcast episode, but the one after that for us to select another one then.
Yeah.
Unless we give them fewer time or
Let's just
less
do next
time.
podcast. Every podcast we'll do the drawing
Okay,
until
that
we get a
works.
winner.
All right. Well, that means he's gonna have to listen to it before we record, which will be sooner than the 18th.
Oh, you're right. So let's just
Give
do
him
the
to the
18th.
13th. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 5, 6 days.
No, let's give him to the 18th.
Okay.
Well, wait, this comes out on the 11th.
Right.
Yeah, we'll give him until the 18th, and then we will
Uh,
record. So we'll have a new winner the 25th.
got it. Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
And we're only doing that because we know him and we're trying to make it fair here.
Yep.
Which, I mean, he won fair and square. So, but either way, we didn't ask you to tag anybody. We didn't ask you to follow us. We didn't ask you to do anything. We just said right in opening day. That's all I said.
And thank you for those who participated.
100%. So there's the winner, Chef Jeff, Chefry, who we were just talking about that I hung out with yesterday. I don't know if he listens or not. He's a busy guy, so I'd assume he doesn't.
He's a super busy guy.
I mean, he's an executive chef of 2 restaurants.
I don't know how that guy has time to get out and put stands up.
He's got kids too. Like,
Mhm.
yep. He's got to drop his kids off, and they don't ride the bus. They're in some special school or something
Yep.
downtown, some fancy school.
Ooh, fancy.
Well, cool. That was the giveaway. We're also going to do another giveaway with Guitars and Cigars Farm. We're going to give away a sampler pack, and you're going to get a cocktail smoker kit and a sampler pack of ours. It's 3 cigars. They're made, one for the morning with your coffee, one for sitting in the stand. He recommends, which I've never smoked a cigar in the stand, but
Me either.
might be good scent control.
I think about it all the time, like the property where we hunt, and it's large enough that depending on what property you're on, you're sometimes close to a neighborhood, sometimes you're close to other properties, like farm properties, where
Mm-hmm.
they burn things. Like it's not like smoke is a foreign smell to a deer, so maybe
Well,
it doesn't harm anything.
Camp Hero. We'll wear our clothes around the campfire to get
Yeah,
that smoky smell on it. So
absolutely.
once you start to stink after a couple days, we did it on our elk hunt as well
Oh, yeah, we didn't have a choice,
'cause
though.
we did stink. But yeah, all right. So, but yeah, that giveaway will be coming as well. I should have my kitchen back, which means I will have everything back because I got the patios covered and stuff. And I mean, it's just an absolute mess. But we're gonna do a reserve bar pick with that, and also I don't remember the code, but we'll put that in the post. We have a discount code for reserve bar for this bottle,
Oh, cool.
which I haven't had it yet. So I'm sure it's delicious because that's the one that I specifically wanted, and I feel bad waiting this long to open it, but we're trying to do something, do it right, you know. Yeah. Okay. So what else we got on the docket?
Um, I'm gonna hunt in the morning.
You are.
I just decided that, yeah, I'm gonna hunt in the morning. I'm gonna go back. I need to find out, some things about, 'cause I was supposed to go this morning, and, we were talking earlier about how this Friday turned into a Monday, with just work, but, I
Hmm.
didn't get to go do what I was gonna do this morning, so I think I'll go hunt in the morning. It should be nice and cool, and then, sit until I get hot or tired, and then do a few things around the property, but, the I forgot what I was gonna say, shit. Come to me
It's
later.
all, it's all good.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and
have you heard from the guys from, what the Whitetail Distraction podcast and when they're gonna put that episode out? 'Cause we did a
um
long podcast with those guys.
no, yeah, we did. And if you're a regular listener, we usually don't do ours hammered, but one of us was hammered during that podcast. So I don't know how I think the conversation was good, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
we
was
had a
good.
great time.
They
It
asked
was like a
questions,
3 hour
we
podcast.
answered. Yeah, it was about a 3-hour podcast. I think he said he's gonna break it into probably 2 episodes.
Hmm.
So, yeah, if you've never listened, check out the Whitetail Distraction podcast.
For sure. Yeah. They good dudes. And we're gonna do some more stuff with them in the future. We're gonna have them on as well.
Mhm.
We're just waiting on stuff. We're gonna be trading some stuff, and then I'll send them some samples, and we'll do a whiskey and whitetails podcast with them.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It'll be a mostly hunting thing. I think we talked mostly whiskey on their podcast, but
Yeah, just because I think that was kind of new to them and what they were interested in hearing about, so we were happy to oblige. But, we talked hunting a little bit. That's how we got their, the, snack attractant tip.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which didn't work out for you?
It didn't, but deer did come in. I can tell you about that hunt. It was so where I was sitting, I heard something jumping. There's like this tiny little ditch, like 2 feet wide, and it has water in it.
Mhm,
I heard something in it, and I turned and looked, and it was that doe that's on camera all the time that's always sketchy, and I was like,
mhm,
"Fuck." So I just sat there as still as possible, and her little fawn came out and was walking around, and then this spike came out, and, same 3 they're always I see them on camera all the time, which is kinda cool, like, watching them through a camera and then seeing them in person. It's kinda
mhm.
nifty. But they knew something was up, but nothing they didn't act any kinda way,
Yeah.
so I used just a scent neutralizer for my boots, and I
Mhm,
had the ozone box that I made, that you made, and then I made.
mhm.
That's all I used. I forgot my nose jammer, so I didn't bring it.
Yeah.
But they definitely didn't smell. I mean, I'm sure they smell me. I don't know, but they did not see me. I was wearing, which everyone loves to trash. I was wearing Sitka.
Mhm.
Um, I have good luck with that stuff, man. I've had squirrels jump on me wearing it. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't particularly care to make fun of any hunting pattern, whatever you wanna buy and wear. Just
I don't care either.
yeah, I don't particularly make a habit of commenting on what other grown men choose to wear.
100%. Brian, but no, I like it because it's thick and sturdy. So like it's got reinforcements in places like where you put your knife. So I'm not going to wear a hole there,
Yeah,
put my knife in and out, and
yeah, I
they
do.
clean easy. You can get blood out of them easy. They the winter stuff is amazing. I mean, I will wear literally a wife beater in that archery that
Oh,
cross zip
yeah.
archery one,
Yeah.
and it's toasty.
Yeah, the thing is, I've held that thing and taken a look at it. It's well built. And
It's
like,
nice.
their duck waders are really freaking nice too.
Hmm. Yeah, is what it is. I know you can kill deer in jeans and t-shirt and Walmart camo. I know.
But you just feel better when you look good.
Yeah, yeah. When I walk into the woods and no one's looking at me, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
flex,
You walk
straight fleet, no cap,
no cap.
whatever. I saw, what's funny? about that word no cap? I was looking at Reddit the other day. I was looking for
Mhm.
something up, and it was from like 2016, and somebody had said no cap as a comment in 2016.
Really?
Yeah, I
Maybe
didn't know
that's
it
where
was
it
that old.
started.
Could be from that one thread on Reddit.
A lot of stuff originates from Reddit
Oh, for
and its
sure.
predecessor.
I think the original Reddit was like the beginning of the internet. That's where
It's
everything.
like 4chan was what I
Yeah,
thought was kinda what Reddit like, spawned from, or was it something else? It
I
was
think
something like
4chan
that.
spawned from Reddit. I don't know.
Either way.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and then it started to get dark and I couldn't see them anymore, but they were still
Mhm.
behind me. And so I'm just sitting there not moving at all. And then I saw something in the trees. So I reached for my bow because I forgot my bow hanger. So I had it hanging on a limb. And
Nice.
I reached
Nothing
for it.
like dropping 2 grand on a boat and just hanging on a
Yeah, no,
limb.
stupid. I kept thinking, I was like, if I drop that thing, I'm just going to quit. But yeah, as soon as I reached for it, I got blowed at. So I
That sucks.
was like, well, I'm glad I just spent 6 hours out here to. I didn't know they were still behind me or I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's man, when they're behind you and you can't I don't know.
I know where they're coming from now. So as soon as
At least
that
with the saddle, you can adjust easily.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it. But literally next Friday, I'm going to go out there and kill her.
just for that.
No, I won't. I'm going to let her have at least till October with her fawn, and then I'm going to kill her.
So nice of you.
Yeah, I'm going to give her one more month. Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's a good spot. I don't know where the bucks went. They moved, and I got to figure that out.
Yeah. I
Were we
noticed,
talking about that now, or was that when we realized the audio was screwed up?
um, no, I don't remember. I think
Oh,
you mentioned it briefly, but I think this time of year, it's I think in my brain keeps thinking it's summertime just because of the heat outside, but we're a week into September, and bachelor groups, if they haven't already, are gonna start breaking apart and sorta starting to create their own, at least if not now, in the next few weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if those bucks have dispersed. It was recent earlier. We were talking about if they swim. I don't know how they're moving
yeah.
around your property. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they've dispersed, or at least some of them have.
I just got an alert that I-526 near Wando River Bridge is closed due to a shooting and high-speed pursuit. Shots were fired, according to Sheriff Dwayne Lewis.
Uh-oh.
It's a Nissan pickup truck.
Always classy.
Yeah, it looks
Since you're
like
indestructible.
it got destroyed. There's a picture of it on the bridge here.
Nice.
it looks uh, it looks like it had it hit the wall a couple times.
Mm,
Fun. And there's an
Fridays.
ad for that law firm here that we can't say.
Oh. I gotta look
Dude,
at
that shit's
that.
crazy. Remember when I moved down here, that their office is across the street from that road I used to live
Yeah,
on?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then I like
Dude,
double blinked, and I was like, "That's even worse."
yeah, man. I I mean, drive past that daily, to and from work, and still, it's been almost 15 years I've lived here. I cannot see that name and not just chuckle.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
at some point, nobody has been like, maybe we
We
try
should,
something different. I
yeah.
don't know. Like no one suggested that. I don't know.
What kind of person goes into that law firm? You think?
Oh, I don't know. That's another good question. Like, cause see, when it comes to attorneys and certain services, I your name, and I think this is just psychology. Like it it bears weight in how
Yeah,
serious I can take you.
right.
Like that Anastapulo guy.
Yeah,
Immediately, I think he's a sleazeball.
yeah. And the Hawk
I don't
Law,
even
I'm
I don't
like,
even know. Like Hawk Law, I
nerd.
feel like that guy is probably compensating
Yeah,
for just being a total nerd.
yeah,
Like I want just a normal dude that looks like he does a good job. Like the thumbs up guys.
yeah.
They're popular around here. Like they look like they probably do a good job. I don't know.
What about what's his name? Because I'm a Marine.
Oh yeah, George George
George
Sink.
George Sink, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, it's funny. I googled Charleston law firms, and this one we're talking about does not come up at all. But you know what?
bet not.
The other one cracks me up. It's on the corner of Folly Road and 17. It's KUHN. How do you say that?
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
But it's KUHN and KUHN law firm. so they have it on there twice.
Oh,
And that's not the one we're talking about. That's has a crazy
it's a
name.
crazy name. It's not. It is
Anyone that
not.
lives here is like is screaming.
Screaming the name.
Yeah.
It like
There's no
screaming
way
it.
I'd go there because I couldn't show up in court and they're like, "Yeah, my lawyers are from this law firm."
They
And then
screaming it.
like,
Are they screaming it like the mob boss in Boondock Saints?
yeah, yeah.
Man, I got to make sure that because I got to go pick up my kid from school. I got to make sure that that backup on that bridge is not causing backups all over the place.
It probably is.
Ah, shit.
It says deputy involved shooting. Whoa. So I guess the guy shot at a cop.
Oh yeah, this is gonna make traffic a nightmare.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cannot wait. I love Charleston.
Yeah.
Did you like that video that Colorado over? That I don't know. Maybe you haven't seen it yet, but it's like it's this. It's a reel, and it's like drive. It's like footage of, out of a window, driving vehicle, and it's like footage of like a Colorado sunset with a mountain. And it's like, yeah, Colorado's beautiful, but have you seen Ohio? And it cuts to just like all of this just really just not ideal, stuff,
Oh, it's just like ugly.
landscape and just like cities and just
Oh,
grabbing. It's just like, oh,
yeah.
I
I
kind of
had a
sometimes I feel
conversation.
bad. Sometimes I feel bad that Ohio gets such a bad rap from everybody, but I, it's just funny.
What sucks about the Ohio thing is it's like, I have a lot that I want to say, but I choose not to on this platform because lots of deer hunters are in Ohio.
Yeah, yeah, and then
We
like
know a lot of people that hunt deer in Ohio.
here's the thing. I don't really have any problems with anybody that I know personally from Ohio, but in the Charleston area, there is a stigma with people moving from Ohio.
The
And
problem is
I think it's just the fact that it's we're full, if you will. And things have
yeah,
gotten crazy with traffic and with just things, and I'll even say politics have changed over the years and so on and so forth. And a lot of people attribute all those things to people coming from out of town. And if you look around, you look at license plates, it's just
it's a
happens to
lot of
be
Ohio.
a lot of Ohio
Yeah.
plates. Anyways,
We
I
went
think we've
to
beat that
Bounty
to
Bar.
death.
We went to Bounty Bar. This is the
Oh yeah.
last thing. And when we got there was a car parked right in front of Bounty Bar with Ohio plates.
Mm,
And I just instinctually looked at the patio and like Ohio people just have a look. Like you can just kind of tell. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying you can kind of, I mean, you can tell when someone's like a surfer from California. You can tell it's a guy from Texas. You can just tell.
sure.
So, um, I said to Andy, I was like, those are all every single person sitting there is from Ohio. And so she just kind of laughed. So we go in there, we get a beer, and we're sitting on the patio. And as soon as we sit down, I hear this other group comes in, and this girl stands up to introduce them, and she goes, "And they're all from Ohio." And
Mm,
I was like, "Of course they are." Talking to Andy. Well, one of them
yeah,
heard me and was like, "Are you from Ohio?" I was like, "No." And I explained what I'm not going to explain here.
sure.
And then I thought I was going to get jumped. We ended up leaving because I probably said too much. But yeah, but they were like, "Well, we live here now. It's not like we're visiting." And I'm like, that's the whole. You just summarized the whole point, the whole issue.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the reason no one here likes you is because you've all moved here. And it
Yeah,
could have been any state. It just happens to
all of
be
you.
Ohio.
I wonder if people in Ohio are dealing with the same shit from people from somewhere else. Maybe those
No,
people from Ohio are leaving.
no, I think they're just refugees of that state.
With that, I mean, if you're listening and you're from Ohio and you have property, you want, you're looking to have someone hunt, let us know. We're happy to come hunt in
Yeah, we're happy
Ohio.
to, we were just joking. We love you, and we'll come hunt your property.
Yeah, we love everybody.
I wouldn't mind, for real, going like I don't need to kill anything, but going on a hunt in Ohio, like where there's huge deer,
Yeah,
just to like see it, and like I'll help you pack it out or whatever.
that's why I want to
Um,
hunt. I want to see about getting talking to Jessica's family and doing a hunt up in Minnesota
yeah,
or North Dakota or South Dakota, whichever one there. They're all sprinkled around because there's a big fucking deer up there.
yeah. I went to Sioux Falls, South Dakota one time in the winter, and I don't think I'll ever go back. There was so much snow. I've never seen that much. It was like I thought I was in Alaska. I
Yeah.
didn't even. I say it was so much snow that it screwed me up forever. on the state placement of South Dakota. I thought it was like Saskatchewan. I thought it was on the border, like in Canada.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know
it's
why
it's
it snowed so
strange.
much there.
It's great pheasant hunting there, apparently. You said Sioux Falls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was at too.
I was there. So they had this huge grain barn or something. It was like this rectangular building that was really tall.
Mhm,
And it was a big thing for the city. They blew it up like to demolish it.
mhm.
And they set the charges. And I guess half the charge, some of the charges didn't go off or whatever. It was a failure. And so the building just kind of dropped and canted like
Oh, shit.
it looked like the Pisa, the
Yeah, yeah.
Tower of Pisa or whatever. Um, And so when I was there, that was right when that happened, and I didn't see the explosion, but like that afternoon leaving work, and I looked
Yeah.
up and it had like they had a banner on it that said "bang" or something. So whenever that was, that's when I was in
Interesting.
Sioux Falls. It was a long time ago.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, we're going to do a little. We're just kind of like hanging out this episode, but we're going to. We've been talking about it. We want to do another series. But one of the things I heard it on another podcast, they kind of briefly touched on it, and I was like, that'd be a fun thing to kind of talk about. But actual woodsmanship
Mhm.
as it comes to hunting, because I think a lot of people just throw corn out and
Hope for the best.
yeah, and that's it. And instead of reading deer sign and how are they moving and where are your rubs at, where are your scrapes at,
Mhm,
where do you smell pee over here? Do you smell pee over there? You know, where are these bed down areas, trails, but also what types of flora is in
mhm.
the area. So trees, things they eat. When do those trees drop acorns? What type of acorns? Can you tell the difference between this tree and that tree, this plant and that plant? So I think we're gonna do that, but it's gonna be like a visual thing. So it'll be good for the YouTube
Yeah. Yeah, because
portion.
all that stuff you talked about, reading sign and all the things that you do to figure out where it all starts with understanding the landscape and the property you're hunting, and that can all start with how to read a map and how to
I think we could
understand, how to
100% start
understand,
there.
looking at a map and what you're looking for, because you can look at a huge piece of property and pretty easily. I mean, let's face it, if you have a huge national forest, you can blindly put a finger anywhere, and there's probably deer around there at some point, but not when you need them to be there, most
Right.
likely. So, understanding how to find, identify food sources, identify points of interest for whitetail, funnels, ridges that they may travel, that kind of stuff will help you take what, thousands of acres and narrow it down to a few spots that you can go scout to find success.
Yeah, I think one thing that the army is like harps on from day one is reading a topographic map. And I
Hmm.
would imagine the average person has no idea how to read one.
Probably not.
So
And
even starting there, just like this is, these are what the circles mean when they get smaller. This is what the contour lines mean when they get tighter together, or,
yep,
things like that. You can assume that this is going to be this and there's going to be water in there. There's a
yeah,
lot you can learn from a topographic map without ever even going.
it's a skill that everybody used to have, and now I feel like it's probably, it's dying. We had this conversation with some scouts. We were doing emergency preparedness, and it's like, what happens if, give whatever scenario, but your phone doesn't work anymore. You don't have access to the internet. You don't have access to a GPS. How are you gonna how do you navigate out of the state or out of the area to a safe place? Well,
Right.
like most people don't have large laminated maps of their local areas or surrounding states. That's something that people should have,
For
And
sure.
so, like, talking about those things and why it's important to be able to read a map, because it can be the difference between you safely getting out of an area in a couple of hours versus taking you days and maybe not making it out at all.
Yep. And knowing that if you go this path, on the other side of that is a very steep cliff.
Right? Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you
Like,
could tell that from a map without,
yeah,
which
yeah,
it would
saving
suck to,
yourself lots of time. This may look like a shortcut, but that 2,000-foot elevation climb is going to be a real bitch, especially because it happens in a half a mile or a
right.
mile.
Yep. Yeah. But I think that would be a good, but we're going to do that. So if you have ideas for topics or anything you want to learn, just leave us a comment, or um, you can even leave a review and just tell us a topic that you want to learn more into. And I know that people are weird about looking stupid in public, but you're not looking stupid. You're helping.
Send us a DM. Do it in private if you
Yeah.
if you
You can
have
send it
to.
info at whiskeyandwhitetails.com. You can do it that way as well.
Yeah, well,
Let me know.
we just like diving into stuff, even if it's stuff that we already know. We like diving into it deeper and learning new things. Or if it's not something we're not familiar with, we enjoy the learning process. So
Hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna do it. I'm in the works of doing a YouTube video for. Excuse me. I haven't done that in a long time.
nice. I
Um,
was just thinking, there it is.
yeah, I haven't done it in a while. Everybody's welcome for that. I was thinking I'm gonna do a YouTube video for like the one I did for Copperhead Road. I kind of want to do that with brand names
Oh
of
yeah,
whiskey companies
yeah,
because
yeah.
I hear Joe Rogan say that
Mm,
Buffalo Trace is like the oldest continuous running whiskey company when like the LLC for or the name Buffalo Trace wasn't even
right,
part of it until like the 90s, I think, or early
right,
2000s.
right.
It's fairly recent. But I was going to do that, just kick the door down on all that stuff. I mean, that distillery is one of the oldest operating distilleries, but it's not Buffalo Trace.
Right.
That's the oldest. So it'd be like saying a house from the 1700s. It'd be like this the longest running whatever. um, we also got some samples sent to us for a barrel pick that we were excited to do with a company, and we did not like any of them, so we're not going to be doing that.
Yeah, that was
So I know we mentioned it before that we were going to be doing it, so that will not be happening.
yeah. Thank you for sending this stuff. It was fun to taste and
Absolutely,
try. Just wasn't in our wheelhouse.
yeah. But I believe there will be more coming, so we will try again on something else.
Yeah.
The wild turkey pick that I did with Gibby's Bottle Shop, both of them actually will be available. Well, when this episode comes out, they should be sitting on the shelf.
Oh,
They're
nice.
going to go quick. I'm going to try and get as many as I can, but you know,
Yeah.
rules. So
Hmm.
I don't know how many I can get, but they're both fantastic. So if you live in the Charleston area, the West Ashley Gibby's location will have those.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those hats, or were they not to us yet?
No, they're not to us yet.
Okay. Bummer.
Yeah, two Patreon things. One, if you're a Patreon member and you want, we did an order of hats, and Gus and I do not like them, so we will not be offering them for sale because, as you know, we don't sell things we don't like. So we have hats. If all of them are gone through Patreon, cool. If not, if there's some left and people want them, we'll figure it out. But I may like post a picture in the story and be like, "Nah, I don't even want to put them out. I don't even want to put a picture of them out." So Patreon will be getting them for free. We will eat that $500, $540 or whatever, 60, whatever it
Mm-mm.
was. We're gonna eat that like a steak dinner and just give them out. But we have another hat coming that is blaze orange because I want a blaze orange hat to replace the one that sits in my windshield because it's the official flag of a hunter to have a blaze orange hat.
Fly your
So we have
colors,
those
man.
coming out. Those will be available for purchase. I don't know when. Um, what was the other thing? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I'll try it later.
Yeah, whatever. When we officially have them, we'll do an announcement. What else were we talking about? What else were you? You just asked
Um,
about the hats, and then there's something else.
I don't
Uh,
remember.
cool. Well, we might cut it short. I know you got to.
You sent out the latest. Since we're on the topic of Patreon things, you sent out updates and details recently, or have you not sent those out yet? On
I
the
haven't sent them out yet.
Okay,
Um, Mainly because I don't think we have anybody fully committed.
okay.
But
Well,
I am going to send it out.
for those that aren't aware, it's not too late to join Patreon. You can join us as for as cheap as $3 a month.
Yep.
Great benefits, access to our Discord, exclusive giveaways and exclusive discounts. Great conversation, great group of folks. We are doing the first, which will be an annual whiskey and whitetails hunt. This year, we're doing it down here in Francis Marion National Forest in South Carolina. We will be looking to do it in other locations, maybe every year, just to see how things go.
This
But
year, just to put it out, it's December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
correct.
And we're covering
So,
all food. It'll be camping style. If you
so
want to
we're gonna
go, you
be
can join Patreon and go with us.
Yep, come with us, join, throw up a tent or cot, whatever you plan to do it. Bring an RV, we don't care. It's a national forest, a public campground. We'll be cooking all weekend, hunting, hanging out and having a good time. So that sounds like something you're into. It's kind of what we're all about. So
Yeah, should definitely go. And we'll also, for anyone that's going, we will give you a sit down, like 30, 40 minutes, whatever you need, and we'll help you scout the area to look at some spots. And I'll give you my advice anyway, and Gus's advice from people that hunt in there all the time.
yep.
So we'll I'm not going to tell you that there's going to be you're going to kill the biggest buck of your lifetime, but you might be able to shoot a doe or a buck. If it's the way we treat that national forest is kind of like if it's brown as down. So
Well, and it's because it's later in the season. It'll be December.
yeah,
You know, it is what it is in terms of pressure and whatnot. But
you can bow
there's
or
plenty
rifle
of
hunt.
plenty of opportunity in there to shoot something.
Plenty of deer in there. So we will.
Yep.
You can join Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Whiskey and Whitetails. And for, like we said, as low as $3 a month. But read the tiers, see if there's a tier that makes sense to you that you want to be involved in. And all that money goes back to the company. Gus and I don't get a penny from Patreon. It goes into paying our bills and keeping the company running, the website running, buying supplies for things like the Patreon hunt.
For sure.
Yep. So that is going to be something cool to check out on. And also, if you need a broadhead, this podcast is officially sponsored by Vantage Point Archery. Go check it out. We talk about it pretty often, but it's a solid piece. I see people talking about broadheads all the time. And to be honest with you, it's crazy how many brands there are. And VPA makes some of these brands as well. We're not allowed to say which ones, but
Yep.
they make some of the stuff that people are high and mighty about and say they're the best. Well, the original one is the Vantage Point Archery one. So it's vparchery.com. You can go to VP Archery on Instagram, social media, etc. Just check them out. See if there's anything you like. See if they got some little bit of everything. There's no mechanicals because, as you know, we stay away from mechanicals. It's just one more thing that can sacrifice your time spent in the woods. So we like fixed broadheads, but
Yep. Made right here in the United States of America.
yes, they are. I went to the facility in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and
Yep.
watched them cut them out of solid rods of steel. So it's 100% made in America.
Great quality, great company. Like Matt said, we both shoot them and enjoy them immensely. So it's nice having every bit of kit that you bring into the woods that you have full confidence in just makes uh, you know the whole process much easier and removes that little bit of doubt that may be anywhere in your process. So check them out. Vantage
Yep.
Point Archery.
We have a new sponsor coming on. I'm waiting on the paperwork. I forgot to tell you about it, Gus. And I'm not going to say it now because I don't want to give it away before it's done. But it's something I use recently, and it's great. So
We can't advertise those kind of products on here, Matt.
yeah, 100%. It does. It allows you to do a lot of things. I will say that it's a very versatile product.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with it. Yeah,
The double-sided?
it's about this big,
Oh,
and it goes inside of one of these.
oh.
So once that's finalized,
I'm interested.
yeah, once it's finalized, I'll let everybody know, and
Sweet.
we'll have a discount code for that as well, which is that's already it's a no brainer. You're going to do it. It's something everyone uses. Everyone on the planet, basically, unless you definitely everybody in America that's above like 10 probably has one of these things. And so yeah, we'll let you know once we have that code. So
Cool.
all right. Well, I know you got to go.
Yep.
So
Good chatting with you.
yeah,
Great,
you as well.
Great catching up, sir. Enjoy. Hopefully your plumber hasn't taken all your shit and left with it.
I can still hear him down there vacuuming or cutting something. So seriously.
Cool, man. All right. See you soon.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Drinking whiskey.